Hey, it's TB Wahid in Black Living Room Talk, and I am back reading The Social Perception of Skin Color in Japan by Hiroshi Wagatsuma. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the meaning to that same Kazura root in the description for everybody to um, come into the knowledge of what that means, of what it is. So I left off at the part of that, and the author starts talking about the beauties of the middle Tokugawa period of the 1770s. So another author depicting the beauties of the middle Tokugawa period of the 1770s wrote, "A pair of girls wearing red lacquered thongs on their tender feet, white as snow, sashes around their waist with forms as slender as willow trees. Tamanaga Shunsa, 1789-1843, an author of the late Tokugawa period, never forgot to mention white skin when describing the beautiful women of Edo, which is Tokyo. So, tender feet, thongs on their tender feet. I wonder if he meant that their feet might, be tender to, as far as hurting in those, thongs. And their waist, the way he said they were slender as willow trees. Just thinking about what a willow tree looks like. That is really, 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 really thin. So let's go on. Her hands and arms are whiter than snow. You are well featured and your color is so white that you are popular among your audience. This courtesan had a neck whiter than snow. Her face was shining as she always polished it with powder. The use of good water and the practice of steaming the face were thought to make skin white and smooth. Rings and socks were worn in sleep to stunt excessive growth of limbs, since small hands and feet were valued attributes of feminine charm. The juice of the same Kazaru root was used. Okay, so here it is. It was used to straighten the hair. Wow. So they used it to straighten their hair. It makes me want to know more and more about this root. See, now you learn something new every day. I'm learning as I read this. I didn't know that they straighten their hair. That Asians, some Asians straighten their hair. So was it? What was it? Because it's coarse or what? Like, let's delve into this. These practices all confirm the continuous concern with white skin and straight hair. They also suggest, however, the possibility that many women were lacking in such standards of feminine beauty. The following quotation describes what was considered ugly. Okay, I'm going to read this. Disagreeable features for a woman are a large face, the lack of any tufts of hair under the temple, a big flat nose, thick lips, black skin, a too plump body, excessive tallness, heavy strong limbs, brownish wavy hair, and a loud talkative voice. And a loud talkative voice. Now you can rewind that and listen to it again. Take it back and listen to what I just said. That sounds familiar. These were the comments of Yanagi Rikyo, a high-ranking warrior of the Kuroi fief, who was also a poet, artist, and noted connoisseur of womanhood in the late 18th century. He contrasted these objectionable features with the amiable features of a woman. A small and well-shaped face, white skin, gentle manner, and innocent, charming, and attentive character. One might speculate that the supposed Polynesian or Melanesian strains, sometimes thought to have entered the Japanese racial mixture, would be responsible for flat noses, thick lips, or brownish wavy hair. Such features are certainly not rare among Japanese, although they run directly counter to the Japanese image of beauty. So it tells us how this strain possibly came in to the Japanese racial makeup. Excuse me for a minute. One might speculate that the supposed. Okay, I'm sorry, let me go back. Because Mongoloid skin shows a very quick tendency to tan and to produce black skin, the Japanese can maintain lightness of skin only by total avoidance of sunlight. What? Surprisingly, not surprisingly, Tokugawa women were made constant use of parasols or face hoods to hide their skin from sunlight, and assiduously applied powder to face, neck, throat, and upper chest in order to increase the whiteness and smoothness of their skin. Women polished it in their baths with a cloth bag containing rice bran or the droppings of the Japanese nightingale. Application of other grains such as millet, barley, Deccan, grass, and beans was also considered to have some bleaching effect on the skin. Juices taken from various flowers were also used for the same purpose, and many medicines were sold that promised to turn the skin as white as the snow found on the peaks of high mountains. Wow. You see what I'm saying? They were trying to keep themselves from getting dark brown. And I did find out that there's black people in Japan that you never hear of. And there's pictures, you can do your own research. There's pictures of them with their hair kink, afros. They wear afros. I mean, wow. I mean, we are everywhere, my people. Nubian gods and goddesses. So, wow. When a woman's constant care of her skin achieved desired results, she would enjoy such praise as her face is so smoothly shiny that it seems ready to reflect, and her face can compete with a mirror. Or her face is so shiny as to make a well-polished, black lacquered dresser feel ashamed. From the beginning of the 19th century, the kabuki actors set the standards of men's beauty. A rather feminine type of male with a slender figure, well-formed face, white skin, black hair, and red lips became a favorite object of feminine desire. Men possessing these elements of attractiveness would enjoy such a flattering remark as, "You should be a kabuki actor." By the middle of the 19th century, these characteristics began to be considered effeminate. A man with a more dusky skin and a piquantly handsome face became the preferred type. The word white, repeatedly used in the quotations taken from these various sources, is the same Japanese word shiroi that is used to describe snow or white paper. There was no intermediate word between shiroi and kuroi, which means black. Kuroi is how you spell that. Kuroi means black. Used to describe skin color. When distinctions were made, there would be recourse to such words as asagoroi. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I can give you the spelling. The spelling is ASAGUROI, which means light black. So, We just learned some new stuff today about how the saying kazura root was used to straighten the hair, and the Japanese women used that root to straighten the hair. We learned that asa guroi means light black, kuroi means black, and shiroi means white. Shiroi is spelled Shiroi. Okay. I'm so glad to be able to have come back tonight, and I'm gonna try to start scheduling the time that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna try. Nubian gods and goddesses. I'm definitely gonna try. It's just kind of hard, the way my schedule is. I can't really make a schedule. So, but all I can do is I want to be regular because I love reading. I love reading this to you on this channel and discussing it at the same time. So I think that there's some things that I want to talk about tonight. So I'm going to take a little break, and I just might be joining you again. But in the meantime, I want to say please have a wonderful evening. Okay? Peace, love, and light.